Hello, 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 hello. Come in, hit the like, hit the share button as I drink my Celsius because I'm getting ready to go into the gym after some weeks of not doing gym workouts. Hey, but look, I'm thinking about a question that I asked on my Facebook, and I just want to make this quick video about it. So, I posted a question on my Facebook page that asks, what is the quickest way to make $1 million? Right? What is the quickest way to make $1 million? And I had some comments, and some people posted memes of Scarface, and I get the joke and the laughter. But I was so appalled, so shocked by the number of people who seriously did not know the correct answer of the quickest way to make $1 million, right? I was so appalled, so shocked by people that, and then someone told me that, well, Queen, you didn't specify if it was legal or illegal. Well, my grandmother always told me when you assume things, you always make an ass out of yourself, because I assumed that we were on social media and no one would put so I just assumed that no one would post something illegal on social media about how to make $1 million. Um, I was shocked about the number of people that did not know a legal way, the most legal way to the quickest way, fastest way to $1 million. So this is why I hit the go live button. The number one question you should ask other people is not their opinion, right? Mm-mm. Because I have learned from doing social media and live streaming and that people are quick to give you their opinion, but they are not quick to think. I'm gonna sip on that one. Thinking is the hardest thing that there is. That's why people seldom engage in it or seldom do it. People are quick to give you their opinion or opinions, but they are not quick to think. And so, after reading and researching and reading multiple books on the topic and reading what decamillionaires and multimillionaires do, reading and researching and listening to hours of listening to um, Robert Kiyosaki and reading his books and information, and Myron Golden, listening to his hours and hours, and Jim Rohn, right? Brian Tracy, decamillionaires, being in the same places as decamillionaires, having both public and private conversations. The number one thing, not that you should ask yourself, but you should ask other people with opinions, and these people will normally be your close friends and family members. Is the favorite question that Dr. Phil loved to ask people, right? Is how is that working for you? When, for example, your friends and family member tell you, that's a scam, don't invest in crypto, that's a scam. I did a live stream on Forrest Gump and the movie Forrest Gump when Lieutenant Dan told Forrest Gump, or showed Forrest Gump rather, how to transition from working for money to have his money working for him. And Forrest Gump went from the boating shrimping business to investing in Apple in the 70s. And Forrest Gump words, he said, and I became a quadrillionaire. I think that's what he said. He might say something else. Did he say quadrillionaire? But he said he was super rich anyway. I just say it that way, super duper rich. And he began to mow grass because he still enjoyed it. And Lieutenant Dan told him to invest in Apple. See, Lieutenant Dan gave him a strategy from going to working for his money all the time through a business to making his money passively work for him. When people give you opinions about what's a scam, if they say Bitcoin and crypto is a scam, even Forrest Gump had enough sense to get into Apple stocks and to then just enjoy what he was doing in life, which was just cutting grass, right? If people just had that Forrest Gump sense and mentality to ask people when they say Bitcoin is a scam, for example, or crypto is a scam, or that's a Ponzi scheme, to ask people, how do you know? That's number one. How do you know? What books have you read on the topic? What research have you done on the topic? How do you know it's a scam? Not who told you. Not why do you believe it's a scam? Not why do you believe? How do you know? What books have you read on the topic of Bitcoin? Tell me, what do you know about Bitcoin? What's its purpose? What's its function? Why has it lasted since 2008, 2009? Because let me tell you something. Family members will be the first one, and friends, that tell you something is a scam because they do not want to see you more successful than them. I promise you, it's the people that you think have your back, that care about you, that will call your phone, not to check and see how you are if you get a major health diagnosis, because I've been through it, right? I got diagnosed with cancer last year. They didn't call my phone to ask me how was my chemo doing, how I'm doing with cancer, how's my health. They called to say, oh, you teaching about crypto? That's a scam. And I asked them, how many assets do you have? How much research have you done on the topic of Bitcoin and crypto? Why do you think Bitcoin is a scam? I had a family member call me last week because I made the post and about what's the fastest way to make $1 million. I didn't even return the phone call. I missed the phone call, but I didn't return it. And I was busy. I didn't have time to talk anyway. And I'm like, but you have no assets. And you're going to call to try to convince me that the quickest way to make $1 million is not to leverage other people's money? Like, it could take me years to labor for $1 million. It can take me a matter of minutes and seconds and hours to leverage it, to get assets. And the person that's trying to convince me otherwise have no assets. Nothing. No assets. If we were to take out a blank sheet of paper and I tell them to put things on their assets column, tell me how they are earning passive income, they have nothing to put on their side. So why are you calling me to try to debate? How is that working for you, not leveraging your credit to get assets? How is that working for you, not using your credit cards to get assets, but to just take vacations and to purchase name brand things? How is that working for you? How is it working for you telling people to become a sovereign citizen, to get out of paying taxes, or whatever they call the citizenship? How is that working for you? I put a video up from CNBC that said how the tax system is discriminatory against people in the Black and brown community. And someone left a comment and said, well, what we need to do, tell people to just get out of the tax system altogether. Have you done that? Have you done that? And if you've done that, how is that working for you? When people can simply form a trust, form a nonprofit, at least at minimum form a LLC, a C Corp, or an S Corp. At minimum, do that. But you don't want to make money under your Social Security, right? I had someone tell me last night about getting higher degrees. I'm not against degrees, right? You want to be a specialist doctor, that's what you do. I don't want to be indoctrinated anymore through university and college educational system. That's my decision. Why? Because when I learned that John D. Rockefeller and Dale Carnegie, when I learned that the John D. Rockefeller, Dale Carnegie, Carnegie Hall, and their purpose of education, I'm like, I don't want to get higher degrees. I just want LLCs and Ds and crypto, passive income. Now, if you want that's for you, right? But when I learned that people with doctorate degrees, specialist degrees, even people with GEDs, all types of people, didn't have a financial education. I'm like, why do we get up and work for this money every day? And you don't know how to use it and utilize. You don't know that money is debt and how to use debt to get real assets, right? Why do you get up and work and spend a third of your life or two-thirds of your life and go to attain cash and you don't know cash is debt? And you don't know how to use and leverage debt to get assets. And you don't understand that leveraging debts is also tax free, it's tax deductible. And if you you pay taxes on everything, but yet you don't want to learn about taxes. You pay tax. A third of your paycheck goes to taxes if you work a job. From the top, one third of your paycheck. That's one third of your time. And I give people strategies where they can pay themselves and not the government out of their paycheck. And I'm not talking about trying to be a sovereign citizen where it can take you years and years and years to get free. If you get free, I mean, I haven't known many people that have, but if they get free, and then if you get free, now you have to live life in poverty or as a like a pauper. I don't want that life when I can simply just corporate myself, right? Uh, I don't think I know you always gonna say that, right? Because some people label me as conspiracy theory. I don't think I'm a conspiracy theory. If I thought I was, I'll just own up to it and say, "Yep, that's what I am." I don't think I'm a conspiracy theory. What it was, I had my Wi-Fi on and I'm getting ready to go into the gym, and so my internet and Wi-Fi was because it went out before I said John D. Rockefeller, right? My internet was going in and out before I said John D. Rockefeller. So I don't think that's what it was. I just think so when I cut my Wi-Fi off, now I'm just on my 5G. The stream froze happened when she starts dropping bombs and going deep. But I think it's a conspiracy for sure, but it's no theory, what I be telling people. It's a conspiracy for sure, but it's not a theory. And so as people, when they try to give you financial advice and say things like, oh, I would never use a loan or credit card debt to get assets. Ask them this one question. How is that working for you? And then tell them to tell you how many assets they have in their life. None. Oh, don't invest in Bitcoin and crypto. That's a scam. How do you know? And how is that working for you? How many books have you read on the subject? How many hours have you spent listening to it on YouTube about crypto and Bitcoin and this new financial system? And know this, everybody that mentors you in certain areas of your life are not meant to mentor you in other areas, right? Yes, the history of money is very important. Like you might have someone that mentor you about your marriage or relationship. That doesn't mean they're meant to mentor you about money. I had to respectfully tell someone yesterday that mentors me in other areas of my life as a coach. And I had to respectfully tell her, she was telling me that oh, it's no problem, Kobe. It's no problem. You good. I love that name. Kobe, I love that name. I just know that, I attract people that are real, like spiritually minded or religious minded on here. And a lot of times people love to blame the powers that be or higher powers or whatever for problems that they should solve themselves. See, when you develop and discipline yourself, God will deliver. Let me say that again for the people in the back row and the nosebleed seats. When you develop and discipline yourself, God will deliver. A lot of people pray for things that God's not going to deliver because they're not developed. Jim Rohn said it this way: work harder on yourself than you do your job. I'll say it this way because I had a failed marriage, right? Work harder on yourself than you do your marriage. Work harder on asking God, what problems are you meant to solve in the earth than asking God to solve your problems? See, when you solve the problems that God created you and sent you in this earth realm to solve, God will automatically solve your problems. Yeah, William, Kobe, give me that heart too, Kobe. Give me some heart. Give me some digital love. When you stop being selfish and start rendering yourself selfishly, when you help enough people get what they want in life, you'll get everything you want, everything. The prayer most people should be praying is, position me to help who I can, where I can, the three W's, WWW, while I can. God, position me to help who I can, when I can. That's four W's. Where I can, while I can. That's the prayer. See, if you tell me you don't want to become rich, you are actually selfish. You're a selfish person. Because the more money you have, the more resources you have, the more people you can help. Oh, I know it. I know. The more money you have, see, poor people are selfish people. People that are homeless, they are selfish because they only think about themselves. Give me $1. Give me money. Give me food. They don't ever think about how can I help you. They don't ever say, hey, I'm hungry. Do you need anything? Do you need your grass cut? Do you need, some, I can do mechanic work? No, a homeless person always think about themselves. The law of giving requires, see, this universe is a vacuum. When you give, you automatically position yourself to receive. When you give of yourself, your time, your talent, even my research. So start asking other people that give you advice. How is that working for you? Oh, girl or dude, man, don't invest in that Bitcoin. Bitcoin been around since 2009. 2009, Forrest Gump invested in Apple in the 70s. I forgot how Forrest said it, how rich he was. Let me see, can I put it up? I think he said he was a quadrillionaire. He went from a business owner to passive income. So if you're my family member watching this video, do not call me with no nonsense about crypto is a scam or about, especially if you didn't call me and ask me how I was doing my health, or don't leverage credit to get debt. Because the first thing I'm gonna ask you is, how is that working for you? You have no assets, but yet you're gonna tell me that leveraging credit to get assets is not the quickest way to $1 million or even 100K. How would you know? Let's go back. Forrest, the billionaire, owns Apple and cut grass for free. Like, stop listening to people. Listen, it is a reason why people that are not successful don't have seminars.
Because I've been a football star, war hero, and national celebrity, and a shrimp boat captain. A college graduate, City
Let's see what
Falls,
Forrest
Ringo,
Gump talking about.
Alabama, decided to get together and offered me a fine job. So I never went back to work for Lieutenant Dan. Though he did take care of my Bubba Gump money, he got me invested in some kind of fruit company. And so then I got a call from him saying we don't have to worry about money no more. And I said, that's good. One less thing. Now, Mama said there's only so much fortune a man really needs, and the rest is just for showing off. So I gave a whole bunch of it to the Foursquare Gospel Church, and I gave a whole bunch to the Bayou Battery Fishing Hospital. And even though Bubba was dead and Lieutenant Dan said I was nuts, I gave Bubba's mama Bubba's share. You know what? She didn't have to work in nobody's kitchen no more. Because I was a gazillionaire and I liked doing it so much.
Okay, Forrest Gump said he was a gazillionaire. You see how much more Forrest Gump was able to give when he had something to give? He invested in Apple. He went from exchanging his time for money and being a business owner, right, to now, and I teach this to children. Let me see if I can pull this up. To now position his money to work for him. So ask people that give you their advice, because people will freely give you their advice. I promise you, you don't have to pay them anything for it, right? And information is the only thing that pays for itself. Know that, right? Information is the only thing that pays for itself. So invest in information. So Forrest Gump went from being a business owner. I teach this to kids. This is LeBron James. It's called the cash flow quadrant. He's an employee when he plays basketball. It's so easy to teach this to kids. You can't break through the brain of some adults, or the skull of some adults. When he's playing basketball, he's an employee. The Los Angeles Lakers and that franchise, Jenny Buss, is paying him, right? He's self-employed when he's building his own brand, when he's LeBron James. And he's a business owner, like he has the school for children, the iReady Academy, I think it's called, in Cleveland. Now he's a business owner. One man, 4 different ways of earning money. But now he's an investor. See, Forrest Gump went from being a business owner to an investor. And guess how much investors get paid? Get taxed. 0% when you invest that money. So why wouldn't you leverage other people's money and other people's knowledge and get taxed 0%? Well, Queen, why does it matter about how much I get taxed? Well, it's simply this. How much do you pay the government? How much come back to you? Why, when you get taxed, when you spend money, when you make money, when you die, you got retail tax, you got ad valorem tax, you have property taxes, you have gas taxes, You have taxes on your vehicles when you have to buy a tag. You get taxed out of your money. You get taxed out of your retirement. So why wouldn't you live a tax-free life through corporation and investing? Why would you try to be a sovereign citizen if you achieve that status and go years trying to chase a rainbow, trying to find a bucket of a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Why would you go years chasing it when you can be rich in this lifetime, not when you transition out of this body in this earth realm? See, the slave owners taught the slave to just wait till you go to heaven to walk on the streets of gold and receive your crown and get your robe and live in your mansion. And while they was teaching the slaves that, they was getting rich right here in the earth realm. Mm-hmm. And why would you believe God doesn't care about your financial status? Because Matthew 25 in the Bible teaches you that Luke 19:13 says to do business until I come. Matthew 25 teaches you the ramification and consequences of not growing your money, that you'll have hell on earth if you don't do it. Why would Genesis say Abraham was very rich in livestock and cattle and silver and gold? Why would Solomon be rich? Why would Queen of Sheba be rich? Why would Queen Esther be rich in the Bible? Why would Job lose every, see, this is your Sunday sermon. Why would Job lose everything he had and God come back and blesses him with double? Why would Lot be rich? Why would Melchizedek be rich? Why would Isaac be rich? Why would all these rich and wealthy people be in the Bible? And yet you go to a religious institution 2 or 3 times a week that tells you God doesn't care about your finances. The Bible is a whole curriculum about how to become rich and wealthy and about assets and liability and about money management. Why aren't you taught that in the institution that teaches you from the Bible? Why? Ruth is rich. Bubblegum tax company, we handle all types of taxes. Is this real, Ryan, or this is something you're talking about from Forrest Gump, or is it a real bubblegum tax company? Even if people have a paycheck, I tell people at minimum you should have a home-based business, a digital home-based business. As Les Brown said, we are moving from brick and mortar to click and order. At least you should have 475 tax deductions to increase your take-home pay, to shift that money back to you. People say, I'm paying myself first. No, you don't. You pay FICA and them first out of that paycheck. So anybody that tells you the quicker way to make $1 million is to be Scarface, or this is some other theories I saw on my Facebook post. Find $1,000 product and sell it to 1,000 people. And then I ask the person, have you done that? And how is that working for you? Oh, I haven't done it. That's just my opinion. No. Tell me something that's working for you, not your theory. The quickest way is to leverage your credit to get assets instead of liabilities. That's the #1 lesson that Robert Kiyosaki, the best personal finance book of all time, teaches in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you have not read that book, start today. Go to Amazon. Get that book. That's the very foundation of understanding how money works and that money is debt. All a loan is debt. Leverage it to get real assets in this world. No, not real. Okay, not real. Listen, Ryan, everybody else, Melissa, Lisa, who else? Backyard Eating, thank you for coming in. Who else commented? Because Kobe, William, Mac, Richard. Listen, we are in the largest financial transfer of wealth. Just like you have an opportunity like Forrest Gump to be a gazillionaire, you have a chance to get in Apple stocks like Forrest Gump did, Amazon stock. It's called crypto. This is the largest financial wealth that this generation has ever experienced. When I leave this earth realm and I transition, and let me say this, God's number one purpose for us was not for us to die and go to heaven. Mm-mm. Man did not fall from heaven. The devil did. The devil was kicked out of heaven. Man fell from the earth realm when Adam and Eve partook of that fruit. They fell. God blessed them in Genesis and said, have power and dominion and authority. And they fell from there. In fact, Genesis 3:22 says, now man has become like us. You need to know who us is, to know both good and evil. John 10:34 says, is it not written in your law that ye are gods? Psalm 82:6 says the same thing. Ye are gods. Something very significant happened. And when you go to religious institutions, they will teach you that Eve and then Adam ate the fruit. They won't teach on Genesis 3:22. See, religion does not teach you who you are. Because if religion empowers you, it disempowers religion. Okay, now I'm gonna say it's a little scary because it went out then and it went out. My Wi-Fi shouldn't have went out then now. When I talk about religion love tax-free money, churches love tax-free money, you should love tax-free money too. Gozillionaires love tax-free money too. Decamillionaires love tax-free money too. That's why they leverage debt to get assets, because it's tax-free money. They do it with knowledge and wisdom. Okay, y'all. My energy Celsius drink is kicking in. I'm about to get off the live stream, but hey, start where you are. Go to millionmoves.com. Get tax experts to help you maximize your paycheck, maximize the money you're making. That extra money that you could be saving out of your paycheck and picking up extra tax shelters and tax deductions. See, people that work a job, most of them just have tax exemptions. They don't have tax deductions because they don't leverage the power of a home-based business. And so go there, get with the experts. Married couples have found $1,000 per pay period out of both of their paychecks. Single people have found $500. That's where I started. That was my step one. It was an extra $500 in my paycheck. And then I took that money and I started my credit repair business. I became a business owner, right? I wouldn't tell anybody that, Sean Smith. I wouldn't tell anybody that, Sean. But since you haven't did it in 3 years, go to millionmoves.com and get with those tax experts. But don't tell too many people that. Shh. I think my earpiece fell out. Give me a second. So yeah, go there and get with those tax experts. They can help you with that, Sean. And then from there, I started taking my money from my credit business and I started investing. I became an investor. And now my money, I get passive incomes through real estate and crypto. My money works for me. And I still earn money in all brackets. I'm still an employee. I'm still self-employed. I'm still a business owner. And, and then I'm an investor. You should be making money in all four cash flow quadrants, right? So go to millionmoves.com. I'm not a tax expert. If I was, I'd be making money from that too. Because I love helping people pay less in taxes and keep more of the money that they're making. Right? So I'm signing out. But next time someone tells you about your finances, and now I'll go back. I have a mentor, and I had to respectfully tell her, she was encouraging me to get, doctorate degrees and all this. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because when I talk to people with those degrees about money, they know nothing about it. And the same thing with people with GED, right? It's a reason why the school system doesn't teach you about money, but I think the church system should, because the Bible is all about rich and wealthy people in the Bible. I think the church should. It's right there in the Bible. Why aren't you teaching it, right? And I had to tell her, I said, respectfully, you're my mentor and coaching, but not money. I said, I don't want to be 80 plus years old and just now paying off my house. I told her because that's her situation, and it was not to belittle her or disrespect her, but you can mentor me as a coach in sports, but not money. Like, know what areas people are sitting in your life to mentor you in. If they're not successful in that area, tell them to do like Sean. And I say, shh, or just simply shut up. Don't talk to me about money and leveraging credit if you don't know how to do it. Don't talk to me about that's not the best way to get access when you don't have any. Just shh and ask them, now, how is that working for you? You think crypto is a scam? You don't have any crypto. Okay, we're experiencing inflation, high prices in gas and food. So how is not growing your money? How is that working for you? Matthew 25 tells me anybody that don't grow their money is going to have hell on earth. We're about to enter World War III. These cryptos are the change of a new world economic system, right? You have a chance to get in at the foundation. You have the opportunity to become the richest and wealthiest person, not just spiritually, but financially in your family. You have a chance to get in Apple like Forrest Gump did and become a gazillionaire, or Amazon or Google. You have a chance to be a part of this fourth industrial revolution. So if anybody in your family or your friends list that's not in it and haven't read or researched or even listened to a YouTube video like this explaining, simply ask them, how's that working for you? And then tell them to be like me and Sean Smith and say, shh. You all hit the thumbs up. Have a great day. Health is wealth, so go get your exercise or your walking or whatever you do to get your fitness on. I see you all. Make sure you are subscribed to me on YouTube. Okay, you are worth more. Know your value. Know your value. You are definitely worth more. Sean Smith, you are worth more. And everybody watching this live stream, you all have a great remainder of your day. Queen out.